Hey everyone out there in YouTube land, it's me, the Solitary Toker, coming to you on a Sunday morning right before UU service. I'm feeling, I don't know about you guys, but I have these moments with my family and the way they deal with me where I just want to disappear. I just want to pick up and go someplace else and not tell them and just live my life and have them live theirs. You know, I mean, I'm treated so often like insignificant, especially by my sister. You know, I wrote a letter to my dad. This is going to take a little bit of backstory. My dad, alcoholic. He's married to my mom for 42 years. They had a lot of rough times, but you know, my mom, she was willing to separate from my dad. You know, he was so verbally abusive and he would embarrass her like with their friends, and it was just really hard for her to live with them. So she was going to separate from him and she was going to find her own place to live. He found that out and said, well, forget that, I'm going to divorce you. And so he divorced her, and, you know, she's the one with the money, so he didn't get anything, but he still married his mistress 4 months later, which was all the mistress is doing, I assure you. But anyway, he doesn't talk to my older sister anymore. He's completely disinherited her. Not that he had anything to disinherit, but you know what I mean. And I had this picture of us, of me and him, it was on my sister's wedding, and he was in his tuxedo, and I had gotten my hair and makeup done, and we were waiting for the others to get ready before we went to the church. And I just kind of was like draped over him, kind of over his shoulders, like a shoulder hug from behind kind of thing, and the photographer took a picture of it. And I'd had it for so long, and I treasured it because it was such a great picture of both of us, you know? But ever since the divorce, I couldn't look at it. So, you know, I kept it in storage for a long time, and then I finally, because he sends me gifts for Christmas and my birthday, but they're like a DVD of E.T. or something, or you know, it's a T-shirt or something like that. And I said I felt the need to write my dad a letter, and I basically told him, you know, thank you for the gifts. If you want to give a gift to me in the future, give me a gift of yourself. You know, call me up and ask me how I'm doing. You know, take interest in my life and what I think and my ideals. You know, he considers us his former family, and his mistress, wife, bitch whore, has been pushing her family on him, and so that's your old family, David. This is your new family. And they all worship the ground he walks on, which is what he always wanted, and it was just bad. So I sent him this letter saying, you know, I can't keep this picture anymore. I just can't. It makes me so sad, I can't even look at it. So I thought I would send it to you, and maybe you can do something with it. And at the end, since I felt that this was a communication with him, I said, you know, I know you're not doing well, Dad. I mean, a lifetime of alcoholism does not do good things to your body. You know, so I said, Dad, I know you're not doing well, but I would hope that if it came down to it, that if you were dying, you would tell us, and you would let us say goodbye to you. Well, apparently, he was planning on visiting my brother and his kids. My brother has 2-year-old twins with my sister-in-law. And apparently, he was coming up to visit, but because my letter made him feel awkward, he decided not to. And I learned this on the phone yesterday from my mom, which means my brother and my sister-in-law had known this the last time I was there doing baby duty. I even asked Andy, have you heard from Dad lately? And Andy kind of looked up at his wife, and who was behind me, and he kind of said, let's not talk about that right now, or let's not bring that energy here right now. Which I find now to be, yes, they did know. They knew that he was planning on visiting. why wouldn't they tell me that? I wouldn't have written that letter then if I had known that he was going to visit. I would have told it to him. I would have talked to him. I would have given the picture to him. I mean, so it's like, I told also my brother and my sister-in-law on Friday that I was this close to being done, and they freaked out. I mean, they didn't yell, but you could tell they were panicking. Oh shit, what would we do if we didn't have, you know, me to babysit for, you know, 3 hours every other day, you know, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for 3 hours. You know, they go off, they take a shower, they do work, you know, she works out. You know, what would they do without me? And she basically turned it around on me and said, well, if you're close to quitting, that means you need to be communicating more. And, and I'm like, okay, fine. When do you want me to communicate to you? When do you want me to just all of a sudden say, I'm pissed off at you? I mean, if we're having a good day, I'm not going to bring up things that I'm resentful about. You know, I wait for when there's, you know, a similar topic. And I can say, okay, so this is bothering you. This is bothering me. Anyway, I'm just so saddened by the way that my family thinks of me. I just feel so mistreated. And it's not, I'm not being a drama queen. I'm not, you know, up on the cross saying, nobody appreciates me. You know, I mean, I'm just, it just makes me really sad that I can't have a better relationship with my family, that they think that I'm disabled because of my medical condition. I can't even do it. So, it's took time. You know, I mean, with all the shit that I've had to deal with in my life, with my medical disorder, and all, you know, all that's gone on in my history, if I was a less strong person, I would have committed suicide by now. But I'm a positive person. I believe in hope, you know. I have to believe that it's always going to get better, you know. I know that's kind of a slang of what people say, you know, oh, hey, well, if you're at your worst, then the only place you can go from here is up, you know. I know that's kind of like a shtick, but I always believe that it's never as bad as it seems, you know. Anyway. Too hot. Anyway, this has been a vent blog from the Solitary Toker. Cheers.